Gender bias. Contents: Introduction, Gender bias in classroom, role of teacher, cause of gender bias in society, effects of gender bias in India, conclusion. Introduction. Gender bias is the differential treatment and or representation of males and females based on stereotypes and not on real differences. A gender stereotype is a widely held belief or generalization about the behaviors, characteristics, and roles performed by women and men. Female stereotypical roles include being emotional, caring, and in need of protection. Male stereotypical roles include being rational, career driven, and strong. Gender bias in classroom. Generally, girl and boy students are treated differently and are expected to behave in distinct ways. Subtle messages like "be a good girl," which reinforces complaint behavior, and "boys will be boys," which tolerates aggressive behavior, signal to children that they are an appropriate way to teach each gender to act. Overall, men had much more education than women. Specifically, 62% of women received no schooling at all, compared to 31% of men. In addition, women had worse late life cognition. The disparity in cognition between men and women are more pronounced at lower levels of education and for the oldest adults in the sample. Role of teacher in preventing gender bias. Avoid separating children based on gender. If you make sex distinctive category frequently, children will think it matters more than it does. It will also present a tough challenge for children questioning their gender. Expand children's role models. Use gender neutral words for professionals such as police officer, worker, male career, firefighter, nurse. Substitute "the men are fixing the roof" with "the workers are fixing the roof." In addition, witness the power of inviting real life role models to the classroom, especially when they disrupt expected gender stereotypes. Evaluate children's assigned and organic roles. During group projects, have you observed whether the self select certain roles? Does a girl always end up being the secretary or recorder? If you observe this, take steps to rotate roles and help them share accountability. Create an open school environment with books, toys, sport equipment, and musical instruments that cater everybody. Allowing children to pick and choose what they would like to be is essential for growth, confidence, and self esteem. Causes of gender bias in society. One of the major causes of gender inequality is the lack of awareness among women about their rights and their ability to achieve equality. This lack of awareness is often due to the prevailing cultural and social norms which dictate that women should be subservient to men. Effects of gender bias in society. Gender bias exists in every aspect of society, from the workplace to the political arena. The gender gap affects our children's education, the size of the paycheck we bring home, and why women still lag behind men in certain careers. Inequality at work. Inequality in the workplace extends beyond how much money we make. Sexual discrimination and harassment remain hot topics for working women. Title 7 of the 1964 Civil Rights Act is designed to protect against employment discrimination, but it does not protect every woman, and cases can be difficult to prove. Higher education is another venue in which gender and race bias remains a factor. Sexism in politics. As media coverage of female politicians has proven in recent elections, gender bias has crossed the aisle and it is not as rare as we might hope. It has challenged Democrats and Republicans, touched candidates in presidential, congressional, and local elections, and has been witnessed toward nominees for higher government positions. India is dominated by the ideology of patriarchy. Patriarchy is a social or political system in which the father or eldest male is the family's head and succession is traced through the male line. Violation of freedom, equality, and basic human rights, etc., to other genders in the society is regarded as a standard practice throughout India. The most commonly seen gender bias in Indian society is between male and female. The roots of gender biasness can be traced in India back from the 17th to 18th century. The first bias that was faced by women in India was regarding the birth. The desire for boys who were seen as more useful than girls is a major driver of gender disparity. Conclusion: there are many opportunities to assist in overcoming gender inequalities within the school and ensuring that our students succeed. As we have concluded that we believe that both genders are shortchanged, it is important to review and check our own personal bias to ensure that we maintain equality for both genders. Thank you.